It's that time. It's that time. Look, it's Get It Done Friday. We made it through the week. We made it through the week to Get It Done Friday. Right now, it's that time to get up. If you sleep, I need you to get up. And if you up, I don't need you going back to sleep. Because right now, you woke up this morning with a chance to be better, with a chance to change, and with a chance to be different. You waking up today is a sign that the best is yet to come. It's a sign that the best is yet to come. It's your boy Will, just about to give you some words of wisdom on how it's tough, but you still can make it. I know life is tough, but you still can make it. And reason why you still can make it, because you have to change the way that you think. You got to change the way that you function. You got to change the way that you handle certain situations and certain problems. And reason why you got to change that, because you have to stop limiting yourself. You got to stop limiting yourself. You got to stop limiting yourself, because you have to understand that a lot of us have things locked up inside of us that need to come out. It's tough to let it go. You got things locked up inside of you that are great that you have to release. And when you release it, you will see then that you haven't, you have to understand, you haven't sung your best song. You haven't thought your greatest idea yet. You haven't wrote down your greatest work. You haven't spoke your best speech yet. You got to stop limiting yourself. You have to realize that it takes more than 90 days. Whatever it is that you're doing, it takes more than 90 days. Some of us give whatever we're doing, and it's 90 days that we do it. And then within those 90 days, if things don't go the way that we thought it should go, if things don't work the way that we thought it should work, if things didn't go the way that we seen it in our heads, in our minds that it should go, we check out. We check out and stop doing it because it didn't go the way that it's supposed to go. And that's only because you only gave it 90 days. You treated it where within 90 days, if it didn't go this way, that you counted it out, you checked yourself out, and you moved on to something else, not realizing when you moved on to something else, you never closed what you started. And if you never close what you started, you're repeating a cycle to where you're going to keep chasing, because you never face what you needed to face in the first place. You got to stop limiting yourself. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. I promise you it's going to be tough. But you will make it. You can make it. You got to tell yourself that you're not finished. You have to tell yourself you're not finished. And you have to go to sleep when you're done, not when you're tired. Go to sleep when you're done and not when you're tired. Because you got to push yourself to that next limit. You got to push yourself through that obstacle that you feel that is in the way when you can move it. Because we have to stop right now accepting the way things are. You don't have to accept the way things are right now in your life. You don't have to accept it. You can change it, but stop accepting the way things are in your life right now. And stand up and make the change. And guess what? When you make the change, it's going to be tough. But I promise you, it's going to be worth it. It's going to be worth it. We have to get to a point to where no one knows how much time you have left. Like, if you knew how much time you had left, what would you do right now with the time that you have left to do what you're supposed to do? Would you do it? Would you do it? Like, get this morning. Like, today the best is yet to come. Like, I don't know if y'all watch the news. You know, West Point had some soldiers or some young cadets that, you know, had something happen to them yesterday. You know, like, some things happened yesterday to where it was an accident. It was an accident and some things happened that they couldn't control. But now they're in a different mindset. Like I told you yesterday, your attitude is everything. Like, when I walked into that hospital yesterday and I was in my happy mood because it was Thankful Thursdays and I was thankful for having life. And I walked into, you know, an area to where there was people that just wasn't thankful. And they were just standing around, and I came in with a smile on my face because I'm thankful that I'm able to walk. I'm thankful that I'm able to breathe my next breath. And as I walked in, I just felt how everybody was like something was wrong. And as I began to just keep walking, like, people was looking at me because I was the person that was happy, even though an accident had just happened. And I didn't allow it to bring me down, but I was able to bring people up because of my attitude. My attitude was everything yesterday when people was at a moment to where things happened. Something happened. An accident happened, but people was looking for something. Someone's attitude needed to not be the same as mine when something happened. Like, somebody needed to change their atmosphere. And to not know that I can walk in a place and lift people up because of my attitude. Because I was thankful. And it was in that moment that I realized that life sometimes get foggy. I don't know if you've ever been driving and you've been driving, and I mean you've been driving and the fog is so thick you can't even see the road, but you know the road is there. Something has to happen when it gets so foggy that you can't even see the road, but you know the road is there. What do? You have to adjust. You have to change what you're doing. You have to change the function, and you got to change. You can't change the situation, but your attitude and how you approach it and not giving up and moving forward determines everything. Because life gets that way sometimes. It gets real foggy to where you can't even see the road, but you know the road is there. What do you do? On this Get It Done Friday, what do you do with the time that you have left? What do you do with it? Because guess what? It's going to be tough. But you will make it. And when it gets tough, that's to let you know that you can keep going. That's to let you know it can keep going. So, on this day, on this Get It Done Friday, tell yourself you're not finished. Tell yourself you're not done yet. Like, stop giving up within doing something for 30 days or 60 days or 90 days, thinking that, oh, because it ain't work, I was supposed to do it. Go through it. Don't check out, check in. And keep going forward. Because there's something in momentum that changes when you keep going forward. Because you get to that destination. Once you come out of that fog and your car still keeps moving and you keep going along these turns and the curves, eventually the fog goes away and you reach your destination. So in spite of things happening in life, in spite of things not going your way, doesn't mean that it's not going to be tough. You just have to understand that you can make it, and you will make it. And how you going to make it is, you got to do these three things. You got to change You got to change the way you think about things, change the way you function, and change the way you handle situations. And once you do those and stop limiting yourself, you can tell yourself you're not done yet. You just begun, because you have time on the clock. You have time on the clock right now. And with you having time on the clock, what will you do with the time that you have left? On this Get It Done Friday, what would you do with the time that you have left? Alright, so look, it's your boy Will. Just giving you some words of wisdom this Friday on how it's tough, but you will make it. As I always say, accept your truth, let go of the past, and believe in your future. Because it's your thoughts, it's your decision, and it's your life. And in spite of it all, don't give up. Let's go. Let's go. I need you to go out and be great today. All right? Till Monday, y'all have a great weekend. Love y'all.